Very good evening, I'm Assad Ahmed. As we've been hearing, a requiem mass has been held at Westminster Cathedral for murdered Southend MP Sir David Amess. A message was also read out from the Pope, who praised Sir David for years of devoted public service. That was echoed by people from Southend who'd come to London to say goodbye. Thomas Magill is in Westminster for us tonight. Over to you, Thomas.
Yes, Assad, it was a traditional funeral mass here at Westminster Cathedral led by Cardinal Vincent Nichols. A fitting send-off for Sir David, who was a devoted practising Roman Catholic. 800 or so guests from across the political divide, colleagues and friends, all packed into the cathedral alongside Boris Johnson, 3 other former prime ministers and other members of the cabinet. But as one of the guests told me after the service, that would not have impressed Sir David Amess. He would have headed to the back of the cathedral, to where the charities, the community leaders, the good people of Essex were sitting. That's who he really connected with and wanted to speak to. And after the service, I spoke to 2 gentlemen who had come from Essex today for that service, who had worked closely with him in the past number of years. One of them on one of those many attempts by Sir David to get city status for Southend, and another within the charity sector.
None of us realised quite what a gap it's going to leave. In the last couple of weeks, we've all noticed that it's just not there. He was at every event that ever happened in Southend, charity-wise, just always turned up. And it's a gap. It's noticeable that he's not there.
It's just a huge hole. But we owe it to him to make this legacy something and not just a badge. We've got to make sure that the city status really drives us forward and drives the economy and tourism, and that's what it's for. And I really want to get involved and make sure that happens.
Well, he really did champion so many local charities and causes in Essex and help transform lives. But perhaps his biggest legacy is yet to be felt, because since his death now, Southend has been allocated that city status that he'd campaigned for so many years. But today, again, chattering here in the piazza amongst people who were at the service was really about what his loss will mean for all those small charities in the South Essex area. Taking centre stage, this is the Music Man Project, just one Southend-based charity supported by Sir David Amess, performing today at his Requiem Mass at Westminster Cathedral. The choir was close to Sir David's heart, and he had a place in theirs.
The nicest man I ever met. I wish I didn't meet him, because he's part of the family.
He is a credible man, and I couldn't believe he's gone, but I say he wants us to be happy and be strong, and we need to know that.
Sir David supported many charities and causes all across South Essex. His voice helped them raise money and profile. So, at the Music Man Project's final rehearsal ahead of today's service, extra effort was made to do him proud.
He was adored by the students, and I think because he believed in them. When your MP and a Knight of the Realm says you can do it, says you can go to Broadway and anything is possible, then you believe it. And I certainly believed him, and he believed in me.
It wasn't only people he connected with. Sir David was a big dog lover and helped toughen animal welfare laws.
Good boy!
At the Dogs Trust in Basildon, he was a regular visitor and helped raise money for their new shelter.
We first had Sir David here back in 2014 when we opened the centre. He was incredibly excited that we were going to be able to help local members of the community rehome unwanted and abandoned dogs in the area. Not having his voice to speak up for dogs and other animals is going to be a huge loss.
Everyone here knows his legacy will be felt for years to come. What's not known is how his loss will be felt among the people whose hearts he touched. Well, today's service here at Westminster Cathedral was the final part of a very public send-off. Sir David's casket left here for a private burial attended by his wife, his children, his family and his close friends. Back to you, Assad.
Thomas Magill at Westminster Cathedral.